everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to tell you where I buy all of my games. So I obviously like to buy physical games, and I thought it would be fun to share all the places and websites that I actually go shopping for games, because I try and find good deals and I try and find places that I really like to support, and I wanted to share all of those places with you guys today. This is by no means a master guide on where to buy games, it's just where I buy my games. But I buy games at some pretty awesome places, and I want to share those with you. I am not sponsored by anybody. This is not that kind of video. It's just me literally wanting to share with you where I go. Of course, before we get into it, please make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, click like, and tell me where you guys buy your games. Maybe I'll learn something. Okay, let's start with the most obvious place here, and that is Amazon. Now, I'm in Canada, so I do use Amazon Canada. The reason why I really like Amazon is because you can actually get some pretty good deals. It's fast, it ships right to your house, and it's usually free shipping if you have Prime. One thing I really like about Amazon is that they do limited deals, and this will be on anything, but with video games, I will see something in my wish list, for instance, or just some random like Switch or PS5 game. It'll show me, it'll say, hey, just so you know, this is on sale for a limited time. It's not a dropped price, it's a limited time deal. So there might be some really cool game that for maybe like 6 days or some random number will be on sale. So it's kind of a good one, and I realize that Amazon is some big corporation, but honestly, sometimes it's a really great option. Other websites that I do like and other stores that I like that I can go into physically in Canada, obviously I can physically get games still from Best Buy, and I can physically get games from Walmart. I know that's sort of changing, and in the States it's really gone the other way where it's more like an online thing now, but Walmart and Best Buy are still options for me, especially online, and I can order games from them. Obviously, Walmart and Best Buy aren't super special by any means, but they have sales from time to time, and it's good to check. One thing I like about Best Buy and Walmart is just the simplicity. They are just stores that sell stuff, and you just literally buy something and leave. And that leads me to why I don't really use GameStop. In fact, GameStop is the last place that I actually will go. Like, out of a lot of places. Like, I will check everywhere before I usually support GameStop. And you're probably thinking that's weird because it's like the last game store. And yeah, it kind of is the last game store. However, there are other game stores that are local and independent that I would way rather support, and we will talk about those in a minute. The one thing I don't like about GameStop is that when you actually go in there and buy a game, the experience to me is just really not great. I would way rather go into Walmart, ask for a game in the case, and then just pay for it and leave, then go to GameStop, ask for a game, and then have to answer like 3 or 4 questions at checkout. It's really annoying when I'm at the till and they want me to get a warranty, they want me to get a membership, they want me to get this, they have this on sale this week, oh, have you pre-ordered the new whatever? I'm sorry, but it's really irritating. I feel for the employees. I understand when you work at a place like that you have to say those things, but I'm just saying as a customer, I can't stand it. I would way rather support, unfortunately, a big box place like Walmart or get something from Amazon where they're not asking me stupid questions like that. I'm sorry, but that really, really ruins the experience for me, and yeah, it really is unfortunate. So now that I've kind of gotten that out of the way, all the big box kind of places, I do want to talk about some awesome places online to get games. 2 amazing stores happen to exist in Canada, and I know a lot of people in the States use them, and those places are Video Games Plus and PNP Games. Now, I tend to use PNP Games more because I just seem to have more of a relationship with them, and they are really quick to talk to me on Twitter. I think they have great customer service, so I'm definitely giving them a shout out because they are awesome. They both have really great things about them. So let's first talk about Video Games Plus. Video Games Plus is in Ontario, and they ship to the States, so it's not like you have to be in Canada just to use them. And they do a lot of reprints. Now follow them on Twitter, because this is another thing that I do. I follow all these places on Twitter because they will say, hey, we have this on sale, this is coming out soon, or we're doing a reprint. It's really great because something that was really hard to find like last year or 2 years ago, they'll do a reprint of it, and then, you know, there might be limited copies, but it's really great because I feel like you can find a lot of stuff through Video Games Plus that you're not going to find on Amazon, or if you are, it's going to be super expensive. So definitely check out Video Games Plus because I like it because it's local. It's like a normal store. It's not some big, corporation, big chain or anything like that. It's just some normal store in Ontario. It's really cool. They do lots of reprints, have tons of sales, and it just seems to be like a really well-organized store. So I like supporting them. I think they're great. The second store in Canada that I mentioned was P&P Games, and they're out of Winnipeg, so they're closer to me because I'm in Calgary, so I use them a little bit more, and they definitely have really good shipping because it's free shipping under $65. This is all in Canadian, by the way, so free shipping under $65, and then Video Games Plus has free shipping under $80, so I do tend to use P&P more. They also sell a bunch of like hard to find games that you're not going to find maybe on Amazon or Best Buy or a place like that. And it's really great because both of these stores carry like limited run games and other like limited type places. Those companies that make, random things and then all of a sudden they're gone forever. But if you missed it, chances are Video Games Plus or P&P might actually have a copy. So really great idea to check out places like that because they have great customer service and they have really good deals. They always have sales on, and I just feel like I feel so much better supporting a place like that than like ordering from Best Buy, right? So yes, I use Best Buy, I use Amazon, I use all those places, and I will sometimes, occasionally, use GameStop. But for the most part, I really like to use P&P and VGP because they are just awesome stores. I really like that two of the best stores to buy video games from are in Canada. They're awesome. So I just feel like shout out to those stores because I feel like a lot of people might not know, or they're just, they're using Walmart or they're going to Target or whatever. And it's like, that's fine, but definitely check out places like P&P and VGP. Now, of course, you can order straight from places like the actual supplier. So like limited run games, for instance, you can order straight from them. Sometimes I will do that. And then other times I will ask like P&P or VGP, are you guys getting this? Because if you are, I think I'd rather order it from them because I will probably save on shipping, places like that, because you can order from Play Asia, for instance. Play Asia is great because you can get so many import games. You can get the Japanese version, or like it's great if you want obscure stuff. The problem is for me in Canada, it's free shipping over 140. And I know that's not tons because when you buy 2 or 3 video games, you're already at that. But it's like if I just want one game, it's kind of annoying, so I feel like I'd rather just get the copy from a local store than have to go through Play Asia. But Play Asia is a really good source as well. I've definitely used it, and if you want some like obscure thing, something that's hard to find, something that is just definitely not going to be on Amazon or Best Buy or Walmart or places like that, Play Asia is a really good source. When it comes to the limited stuff, I've actually only used limited run games for those types of games, and they've worked. It's really good, but like I said, sometimes you can find those games through other places, and that can sometimes be easier. But those are also a really great option. So check out those websites, do your research, see what people are saying, but I can definitely vouch for limited run games because I've used it and it's worked great. Sometimes it takes like a year to get something, but it definitely works in terms of like, I trust them. There are a bunch of other websites and companies that make games like that, but you can, do your own research, look and see which ones people are liking, but those are definitely a way to get games that are not getting physical copies through mainstream sources. So, you're not going to find it at GameStop, you're not going to find it on Amazon, but you're going to find, a really neat indie game that was digital only. They'll make a physical copy of it. So sometimes it's like, well, you can get that through P&P or VGP, or sometimes even Best Buy will carry limited run games, which I think is really cool. And then, yeah, obviously you can go straight to the website themselves. Just the problem is they are limited. Literally, it's called limited run for a reason. So they'll be like, okay, last call. And if you don't order it in time, you don't get it. So sometimes then if you don't get it, you'll have to go on eBay and then get it way more expensive. But not necessarily if you go through those local stores like I was talking about. Now, of course, you can use places like eBay, and that's awesome. Sometimes I will do that. I find, though, in this era that you're not getting tons of great deals on eBay. I remember years ago, I would go on eBay and get like the best deals, but we're talking like 2010. Like I would find some Super Nintendo game for $40, and now that same game is like $300. So it's like, yeah, eBay is there, and I'd say look and see because it depends where you are. You might get a better deal if you're in the States. It depends where you are. But it's worth checking. I'm just saying I don't usually use eBay tons. I used to use it more because I used to get like great deals on like a Blu-ray set or some kind of old retro game. It was a really cool website to use, but then it's like now I just find that people really know how much things are and try and, make money, and it's just eBay's not as great as it used to be, but it's definitely an option. So take a look and see what you can find. Of course, you can just look at garage sales, look at Facebook Marketplace, look at Craigslist, places like that, Kijiji in Canada. You can look at those kind of places, and you could definitely score deals. Like, I have a friend who uses all that stuff. He uses Facebook Marketplace and completely scores. So I don't use it that much, mostly because I just don't have the patience to be sending people messages and going to people's houses or meeting in a parking lot. I'm not really into that. I would honestly rather just use Amazon or go to a store that I can just trust. But I know that people definitely do that. So yes, I've used it, but it's not my main source. One thing to note is that I do tend to buy games used when I can. I think it's great because you get a better deal, and that is usually where I will go to a normal, like, local store for that. And so I will recommend, this obviously won't work for everyone, but in Calgary, I use a really great store called Video Game Trader, and I would rather support them than obviously go to Amazon or GameStop or a place like that. Video Game Trader is awesome. It's actually physically, I think, the biggest or one of the biggest video game stores in Canada, which is fantastic. I love going in there. It's amazing. They have tons of stuff, and I definitely trade games to them all the time. They're really good. They give you really good deals, and they're really nice people. So definitely check out Video Game Trader. I know they ship online, so you can check them out, but I always check and see what they have in stock online first, because then I can be like, okay, well, I have some games I want to trade, and that's what I want, and then I'll just literally drive over there and I get a good deal. So I love to support the mom and pop thing because Video Game Trader's been around since like 1991 or something in Calgary. It's crazy. So they've been around for a long time. I used to go there as a kid. I actually bought my Earthbound copy from them in the probably early 2000s. So I love places like that. I love that we have an awesome store like that in Calgary. So awesome to support. If you have a store like that in your city, support places like that, because I just feel like if we don't support it, we're just literally left with the Amazons and the Best Buys, and it's just not fun anymore. And you're not getting the used games. They have tons of used games because it's literally a place where you can go and be like, I'm done with this, or I didn't like that game, trade it in, and then now I can find something that I want. So 100%, I love Video Game Trader for that. They are great. People always joke that GameStop gives you like $2 for like a game. Well, Video Game Trader actually gives you a fair deal. So I will go in there, they'll give me a good deal on something so that I can buy something else. And then maybe when I'm done with that game, it goes right back, and then whatever. I keep most of my games, obviously, but I definitely trade a lot in. So it's great. Definitely support your local store. Now, I have told you literally where I go to buy games, but there are places that I try and find sales. So how do I know if Best Buy has a sale? Or how do I know if Amazon has something for cheap? Or P&P is doing a really great sale? Well, I go on Twitter and I follow the cheap video game guys. So I will put links to all these people in the description below. So for Canada, there is Game Deals Canada on Twitter, and then there's L Babbins. And I swear, if you follow those guys, you're going to get all the news like, oh, hey, this is on sale right now on Amazon. Because you might not have known. Or, they'll be like, VGP is having a sale. Or it'll be like the most random thing ever. Like, this game is on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart or something really strange. And these also exist for the US. I know there's Wario64. He shows all the game deals for Americans. I just don't follow it because it doesn't apply to me. But if you're in the States, definitely follow Wario64 because he lists all the game deals that you're going to find. It's awesome because I feel like, sometimes you don't know if something's on sale. How are you supposed to know? And so I follow places like that. It's great. I get all the updates and it's like, oh, that game I've been wanting for a long time, it's on sale at VGP right now. So amazing. I love Twitter for that. So that's kind of my buyer's guide, if you will, on where I buy games and how I find deals and sales. Now, I know there's plenty of other websites out there and there's other places you can go, but I'm just talking about me. That's where I go. And if any of this helped anyone today, I really hope it did because, great. We all want to find, obviously, better deals, but I also want to support really cool places too. And that's why I wanted to tell you about some of these local stores that I go to because it's like, These are awesome people. They're people like us, and they work at these places, and they just love games, and they're passionate about it. And it's like, I'd rather support a place like that. Also, it's not even like they're more expensive. Sometimes people have this idea in their head that local mom and pop stores are more expensive. It's like, no, I'm going to the local mom and pop stores for deals and to get, things on sale. So definitely check them out. I really hope this helped today. And of course, I'll see you guys in my next video.